Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at SODO Ride 4 from Kamen Rider Geo. Yes, I know this is incredibly old. I'm working through a backlog of stuff and this came up. I finally have enough extra Geo bodies. Basically, if you take a look at the front of this package here, you can see you have the O's armor. You also have armor for Kabuto, Kuuga, Blade, and Kiva. But if you turn around to the back of the box, you'll see you get everything you need for O's, which is all well and good. But then you have the Kuuga, Blade, Kabuto, and Kiva armor sets. And they only give you one Geo body. So you'd have to constantly interchange them out. And this was a big problem with all the Geo SODO stuff pretty much throughout the whole line. Pretty much to the point that they did correct it for 01. And they would sell what they called complete set boxes, where they would give you enough bodies for whatever armor is included, so that way you didn't have to track them down and buy extras. So I was finally able to do so. So if you'll notice, I need 3 extra Geo bodies, which I have here. I got off Mandarake. I think it's kind of funny. I have one from 1, one from 2, one from 3, and then one from 4. So got all the bases covered. But yeah, I should be able to put these all together and actually display all 5 figures at the same time here. So that's what I'm going to do. If we go ahead and open the box here, we can take a look. You can see 1 through 8. So here, let's do this. Let's gravity assist. There we go. So I think it's the first 3 boxes actually are O's, as you can see there. Turning around to the back, pretty cool. And then you just have Kabuto. No, I'm sorry, this is Kuuga, but Kabuto's over here. But yeah, basically what they started doing for very many of the, I guess, first half of Heisei, Kuuga through Kiva, they really just did like, here's a head, here's a chest plate, here's shoulders, there you go. At least Kuuga comes with new arms, which is actually pretty cool. But all the rest of these, they really just kind of threw some head and shoulders at you. Hey, like this, like the shampoo. Very shampoo-like. This is the body. Where is... There's Kiva. So he does come with an extra foot, which is pretty cool. Not really an extra foot, I guess it's an extra shin piece. But I do like how the shoulder pads look like Kiva. That's pretty cool. The only thing that's weird is he's got the yellow letters, which would make it look like gates, even though, you know, he has primarily pink lettering. So it looks like it goes on gates, but it doesn't, so it's confusing. I think maybe because Kiva's eyes are yellow, that's why they decided to do that. I'm not really sure. It seems like a weird mistake. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead, get these all put together and stickered up, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the 5 Geos that you get when you're done putting all of these together. Now, I just want to reiterate, you just get enough pieces to actually build this completely, the O's form, and then you get 1 extra body and then the 4 armor packs. So the 3 additional bodies that you see here, I did have to purchase separately. I got them on Mandarake. And then I just kind of went through the motions of stickering that body 4 times and then putting an armor on each one. So if you do buy a set, you will not be able to build all 5 of these at the same time. I just wanted to do it for my collection, and also because it's easier to review when they're actually on a body as opposed to showing you loose pieces. So just want to reiterate that. But we'll put these guys off to the side and we'll start with O's. The O's armor is actually pretty cool. It has a couple of really neat features. We'll go ahead and put that off to the side. So right off the bat, I think it looks really cool. Obviously, you have the Ta-To-Ba. You have the Taka-Tora-Bata. So his legs look like grasshoppers. The middle section looks like a tiger. And then the top section looks like a hawk. Very, very cool. Lots of stickers. Lots of stickers. This green here on the thigh is a sticker. I think this is all painted, if I remember correctly. The shins are all painted. A decent amount of the black on the tiger is painted. There's a few stickers on the head of the tiger. There are a few, this is a big sticker here across the torso. All three parts of this like metal on his chest are all stickers. And then of course the eyes are stickers. So the cool thing about the armor, you can actually take it apart and it makes the animals just like the RKF does. So bear with me a moment because, you know what, I'm just going to take these apart off camera and then I'm going to put it back together for you. Alright, so you can see I've taken everything off of O's form. He's looking quite naked. But if we scroll down here, you can see all the pieces that we have left over. And these are actually connected to the torso here, so we have to unpeg these, which can be a little bit easier said than done. Oh, come along. There we go. Okay, so basically what you do is they give you some extra pieces here. So you take this piece here, and you're going to start pegging these pieces into it. Do I have this upside down? I might have this upside down. I do. So you peg that in like that. You're going to take this piece and peg that in here. I swear this pegs in. Do I have the wrong one? I might. There we go. That pegs in there. Then this piece pegs in underneath of that. Then you take the claw, peg that in here. This piece pegs onto the back. These shoulder bits peg onto these parts here. I don't know what it is about SODO shoulders. I always have so much difficulty with them. I don't know why. What if I drop straight down? Oh god, I feel like I'm breaking something. Okay, well, you get to watch me be bad at this in real time, so what a treat for you. But seriously. Okay, so there you go. Once you get this all done, you can see the tiger, right? Then you have this other gray piece, like this, which is considerably easier. You just take these pieces for the grasshopper, and you peg them into these little spots as I throw the pieces all around. So there you go. You take these pieces and they peg in here, and then you kind of angle these parts up. And then this pegs in here. So this piece just kind of slides in like that. So that's what you're left with. Then this pegs in up top. And then you're supposed to take these and kind of line them up so that it looks like a grasshopper leg. Okay. And then they just give you a complete full-on hawk piece. I don't even know why. It's just completely separate, but you're supposed to take this little piece and it's supposed to peg onto the front of this. And then that's supposed to be your hawk. So you can have the actual 3 individual animals, just like the RKF. I'll be honest, I don't get it. I mean, I completely understand, you know, he uses the 3 metals and they wanted to accentuate those metals and give you actual animal bits instead of just having to be mostly black with the claws. I get that. But this is really more trouble than it's worth. It works a little bit better on the RKF because you don't have as many pieces to swap out. But in all honesty, like, just put the O's armor on the body and just leave it on there. If you really love this, then more power to you. I feel like the tiger's kind of successful. The other 2 are meh at best, and it's just more trouble than it's worth. Real quick before we move on from O's, most of the armor attachments are self-explanatory. Shoulders, chest pieces, shin pieces. You just take out the ones that it comes with. They look like this. You just take them off, and then you go ahead and put these on. These pieces, that same piece that we used to connect to that gray piece, they just slide in the thighs right there. So you just pop it right on, and it wedges in there. And then boom, there you go. You have that leg armor. For the hands, you actually take the hands off. You're going to attach these pieces on first to give him kind of like a forearm guard. And the nice thing is they are, the peg holes are different sizes, because if you're like me and you constantly put the wrong thing in, it won't go in the wrong way, which is nice. So then you peg that in, and then you take this off and peg this on. There we go. And then he comes with special hands, because what you're going to want to do is put in this fist that has a peg hole on the side, so that you can then peg on the Wolverine claw, as I like to call it. And there you go. So that's how you put O's back together. It's all in the directions, but it's actually kind of neat how they have it. So there you go. There is O's. He is all set, and we can move on from him. The rest of these guys, honestly, they're going to go pretty quick, because there's not a ton going on here. The legs on the base bodies are all the same. They have that sticker on the toe. These guys don't even have different colors, with the exception of Blade. They don't even have different things going on for the like thigh pieces. They have different designs etched in, but there's no stickers or anything. For Kuuga, he's got plain red painted shoulder pads, so nothing new there. This is one sticker here on the chest. He's got these pieces very similar to what I just showed you on O's, and they have the fists built in. Now, he does come with stickers that if you'd rather leave him with the regular fists, you can put the sticker right on the forearm underneath, but I opted to go for these pieces that fit over top. And then you can see the Kuuga head. This is all paint up top here. It's just the eye that's a big sticker, and I think the mouth as well. Pretty basic mouth sticker. It's mostly silver, but there is some detail there, but it's very small. So that's really it for Kuuga. Like I said, there's not too much going on for these. It's a shame, but a lot of the riders from before Decade just kind of have a head and shoulders, yeah, like the shampoo, a new head and shoulder pads thrown at them, and you put them on a base body, and that's really it. They're not like O's or Gaim or any of the other ones that got big fancy bodies for their armor. It's really just kind of, you know, here you go. Like, here's Kabuto's shoulder pads. He's got a pretty cool head, chest plate, and there you go. Everything else is pretty much normal. You can see this one has some design etched in to the thigh pieces, but they're still just black. Everything from the waist down is pretty much the same. Even the arms are the same. It's really just, you have the two Kabuto shoulder pads there. I do like the head. I think that looks cool. But, you know, not too much going on there. Not too much to review. Next, I will take a look at Blade. And I mean, I guess I should get into articulation. All these, if you guys are familiar with SODO at all, the articulation is the same for everybody, but you have a ball joint for the head, so you can go side to side, up and down a little bit, out to the side. Shoulder pads are like on a hinge connected to the shoulder, so they kind of move around a little bit so as not to hinder articulation. Then you have thigh swivel, 90-degree bend at the elbow. Actually, you can kind of bend a little bit backwards too. The hands are just pegs, so you can switch them out because they do come with additional hands. So you can move them around at the wrist because they're just, you know, pegged in. So no problem there. Waist is a swivel. You can move the driver around if you want. Ball joint in the hip, thigh swivel, 90 degrees in the knee, ball joint in the ankle. So like I said, it's pretty standard. Pretty much what you'd expect from SODO figures. If you're familiar with one, you're familiar with all the articulation they have. And I wanted to show off real quick. One of these guys, I don't remember who, comes with a axe mode for Gates' weapon. I don't know why he's not even in this set, but hey, here's an axe mode for Gates' weapon. Just there it is. Don't know why. And then we have some additional hands. Here's another one of those O's hands with the hole down the middle if you want to have an open hand with the claw instead of a closed hand. And then these are basically just normal Geo hands. These all came with the base body that O's is on, because that's like a normal base Geo body if you were getting the original Geo. The base body for an armor is different from the base body for Geo himself. But I really like Blade. I think the crazy card shoulder pads are really cool. Obviously, they don't look as cool from the back. And putting the stickers on was kind of a pain in the butt. But I will say, when you're all said and done, it does look pretty cool. I do like that. The head looks cool. He comes with a nice G-Con good aid. I really kind of wish he came with Blade Sword instead. I think that would have been a neater touch, but what are you going to do? He also comes with the Taka watch. Is it the Taka Ride watch? I forget what it's called. Watchroid? Yeah, I think it's called a Watchroid. I could be wrong. In any case, not sure why he comes with it, but he does. Maybe they just wanted to make sure it was in the same assortment as O's, and they couldn't financially put it in the same box as O's, so they just packaged it with somebody else in the wave just so you'd get it. But either way, it's pretty cool. I do like the Blade armor. I think it looks pretty good. He's the only one with different colored thigh pads. They're just molded in blue. Or maybe they're painted blue. It's not a sticker, is my point. I think it's black with just blue painted on the top, so I appreciate that. I think he looks pretty good. And then last but not least, certainly not least, we have my favorite. The Kiva armor. I really like this. I think it looks really cool. I love the open leg. That looks great. He does also come with a chained closed leg, so you can swap that out. The shin just pops off. It's just a peg. You can see there, and you can pop this one on instead. But that's really cool. I love the Kiva shoulder pads. The head looks good. Again, I'm assuming they just thought because Kiva has a red head with yellow eyes that they didn't want to do the pink eyes. I guess they just figured it wouldn't look as good, or maybe they did it next to the red and it didn't look as good. Although you see it next to the red on the Kabuto over here, so I don't really see the problem. I don't know. Maybe they just really wanted him to have yellow eyes because, Kiva does. But it's just confusing because it makes it look like it's Gates because Gates has the yellow eyes. So I don't know. But anyway, I like this armor a lot. Obviously, I'm a big Kiva fan. I really, really like this. I think it looks really, really cool. But again, he is mostly just shoulder pads, a torso, and a head. But at least he's got that leg accessory. That makes all the difference, I think. Again, I would love these guys to come with the weapon of the rider they're, based on, but not really the case. But either way, they're definitely neat. I like them. I appreciate the set. It's a shame that if you can't track down base bodies, or if you just don't feel like tracking them down, it can really hinder your enjoyment of this set. Because they do give you one body, and then you could technically you could make all the armors and then just decide who you want to be. Like, you can always have O's because he comes kind of complete. But then you get one body and you'd have to just have one of these four on at any given time. You can switch them out. So if you really don't care about displaying all of them at the same time, you could just make the one base body and then pick your favorite and then change it out every so often. But that gets annoying. Plus little pieces are going to get lost, and I hate that kind of stuff. So, these things are not that expensive. Usually a base body can be anywhere around like 200 to 700 yen. So you can get a couple extra ones. They were like crazy in demand. I feel like that's died down. So if you're looking for them, you probably have a decent chance of finding them now. It's gotten a little bit easier on that front, but in any case, I think they're cool. It's kind of a bummer that like the pre-decade Heisei riders didn't get as much love as the post-decade riders. I understand. It makes sense, but it's still kind of a bummer. Because there's some really cool riders that they're just kind of throwing shoulder pads and heads at, and that's it. And that's all they get. They don't really get a ton of uniqueness to their design. Some of them are still cool. I'm not saying they're not. But I don't know. Just a little bit more love would have been fun. But I understand they're on a budget and they had 20 riders to deal with. So, I mean, the other thing is they didn't even use the past rider armors, like all of them in the show. So I think that's why some of them got relegated to just throw some kind of base design at them because they're not even going to be featured in the show, which is a shame. It would have been nice to see him constantly using all 20. Not at once, obviously, but just throughout the show, alternating between the 20. But I guess they wanted to get onto his own forms and things like that. But so I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of a bummer. In any case, I definitely recommend picking up the set. This is, I almost said AI. This is SODO Ride 4 for Geo. get yourself some extra base bodies, and then go ahead and pick this up, because it's definitely some nice forms in this one. So that'll do it for this. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.